Hold it upside down. Let it get hot. Let it go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going.
More fire?
Keep going. More fire.
Really? It's getting really hot.
She's scared.
Oh.
Yes!
Hey, yo.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
That was I'm making joke. I'm making joke.
You want to see it again?
That was one hot experience.
Increasing temperature inside by lighting this on fire, right? What did we say is going to happen to my pressure based on the, if we look at this, what happens to my pressure
Will decrease.
when I increase temperature, pressure will
Decrease.
right? So I'm decreasing the temperature inside of the flask.
I'm not touching it. Not touching it. What the heck? Oh my god!
Think you got shot. That was a good one. That was the best one today. Not bad. And it's on camera. Wow.
That was a habit.
I want to do it again.
Making observations. So there's 4 steps that we can make observations. We've done this 3 times. So I want to see some of us writing on our paper.
So, just so I want to make sure we're clear. This isn't to draw all the 4 times. What we want you to do is basically make a sequence of what you saw happen from when the egg sits on top.
Wait, no. From when the fire's in the bottom.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
So just fire, no egg.
Sorry. So when the fire's
Why
on
would I
top, you
highlight
just do it with
those?
something like this. Then with the fire
It smells like what?
and the egg, and then eventually I want the egg inside. So yours doesn't have to look like this. I'm just drawing a couple of things. You draw however it makes sense to your brain.
So we want to follow a sequence. The steps of one of these. So when this one
Honestly,
happens.
I don't know how to draw.
That was so
You
cool.
can write.
You could write pop. As a matter of fact,
I thought I was gonna die.
did anybody see before? No, it was this one. Did any? Yeah, it's going right now. But did anyone happen to see when I put the egg on top at first? What happened? It
It
didn't
gets
just before it
squished.
went straight in. Did anyone happen to catch
It
it?
gets squished.
It was moving on top, right? Let's see if it can happen again.
No, chill with that. No, that's the 7th time 50 Cent got shot. He's still down. He's still there. No, chill.
So corny.
Cockroach on the board.
It did one little bounce.
It did a quick little bounce. More fun.
That's a glitch.
I think we should put that. Just in case it.
What do I do here?
So
Before we do the small ones, we're going to draw the observations.
yeah, let's draw our observations. I'm gonna get this ready.
Wait, the third one we have to like move it.
Just I want you to, it just has to show it going in. I don't really. It's however you want to draw it, Alondra. It's just how you saw this, right? What you observed happening.
Alright.
Draw an arrow. Where's it going?
Got it.
Okay. Here we go. So round 5. Good?
Yeah.
Okay. So, need to get this egg inside of the flask, right? We know it doesn't fit. So how do I have to do that? So when I'm lighting this on fire, right? I'm increasing temperature. When I increase the temperature, that's going to decrease the pressure. Hey, wasn't as violent as the last one. So, and what we observed happening, right, because I have low pressure, actually I'm going to hold this for a second. I had low pressure inside, right, and I had high pressure outside. The air is at a higher pressure than it is inside the flask. And just like when that register opens up at wherever you are shopping and everyone wants to rush in, well, what was stopping the air from reaching equilibrium? The egg, right? The egg was sitting on top blocking the air. So the only way to become balanced again is to have the cooler, higher pressure air push the egg in to the bottom of the jar, and then, ooh, wow, it's still going. Anyone hear that when I lifted my hand? It kind of popped. Yeah, so it's the same thing. The air, even though I don't realize, there's air escaping from the flask because it's at a lower pressure, it expands, right? Does everyone know when you heat something up, it'll expand, it gets bigger. So the air inside of this is actually expanding. It's hard for us to see because we don't see it. Although the one thing you can see, I can kind of feel there's a vacuum being formed. Oh no, it's not strong enough. Yeah, suction. I could actually feel it pulling on the bottom of my hand. But also the smoke. So when the air expands, it's trying to cool down. And when air cools down to the dew point, anybody remember what process happens when the air cools down to the dew point?
Back to the original question of dew point. Kasim raised his hand to make me feel good.
That actually kind of works in here. Anyway.
Jesse, help us out. What's the dew point? Condensation happens when it reaches the dew point. Excellent. Where do we see this? I'm looking out the window. Where do I see it? Raise your hand.
Like in the windows.
Francis. Clouds. Excellent. Very nice.
So it turns out, really, what is being made in here? You think it's smoke, but you're actually making a mini cloud in here. So the reason why clouds form, you need something called a nuclei, which is something to stick to.